Good evening and welcome to the Defiance City Council meeting for tonight, June 23rd, 2026. Tonight we have Pastor Don to open us up in prayer. Thank you for being our guest this evening.
You're very welcome. Good to be here. Good to see all of you. Let's go to the Lord together in prayer. Our Father, we want to thank you for this great place that we've come to meet and take care of the business of our city and watch over our great community. It truly is a great place to live. Father, we thank you for the beauty of this day that you've given to us. It's just gorgeous outside. So we pray it'll carry on right over onto the inside. It'll be hard to ruin this great day with any kind of a division. So we pray for unity. We pray for wisdom. We pray for the business to be taken care of in a timely fashion. We ask these things in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Thank you for being our guest and thank you for your ministry. This meeting is now called to order. Let the record show that all the members of council are present this evening. Would you stand with me for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I've reviewed the index minutes for our city council meeting of June 9th, 2026. Do we have a motion to correct or amend the index minutes as they're presented? Without such a motion, I'll endorse them. And do we have any liaison meeting requests or reports? Do we have any comments from council this evening? Mr. Hancock.
Do we have, just ask if we have a start date for the Jefferson paving project?
At the same time the bridge is closed, I understand, Mr. Hancock, around August 20.
Okay.
Around August.
And, sorry,
Oh, go ahead.
number two, I've had quite a few calls about Marysville Avenue. Some of the residents are concerned about the sidewalk and the condition of the road. I know that we're doing our projects there. I did recommend them to contact the city administration. Apparently they did, but they have not heard anything back from them. Just didn't know if I should pass along that information again to see if we can follow up with that individual.
Nobody's contacted me.
Okay. I may have texted you the other day, but may have the wrong phone as well, so. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Kaufman.
Yes, I was speaking with our executive director at the YMCA a few weeks ago, and he has agreed to distribute e-bike safety information should it be from good resources. They'll be glad to help disseminate that through their Y activities and at the Y, so there's exposure to kids of all ages and their parents. He's quite willing to help if we find some established resources that would be recommended perhaps by Chief Herbert.
Excellent. Thank you. Any other comments from council? All right. I might ask, we have a liquor license transfer from La Cocina di Carina LLC, doing business as Stefanos Restaurant at 515 Hopkins Street here in Defiance. Transfer to Garcia Food Group LLC, doing business as Maverick Smokehouse and Saloon, also at 515 Hopkins Street. Do we have a motion or any concern to request a hearing to be held on this issue? Without any?
I'll take care of it.
Okay. And July 28th at 5 o'clock here at the City Council chambers, do we have a motion in order to have a special meeting to discuss zoning or the rezoning of areas here in Defiance? It was one of the issues that was brought up that everyone could ostensibly is available to have a special meeting that evening to discuss it. Do you have anything further to add Mr. O'Donnell?
No, it would just require a motion from council with the purpose, time, and place of the meeting.
All right.
Which you've already cited.
So moved, Mr. Corbett.
Second.
Second, Ms. Kaufman. All those in favor of a special meeting on? Oh, do you have a question?
Is there, what are the specifics on the meeting? And does it have to be at 5? It's not something we can fit into a normal meeting?
I'm expecting it to be a little lengthy and with explanation. There would be, my guess, public concern, people who will want to show and ask questions or speak their minds.
That's my other concern with 5 o'clock. It's a little cumbersome for myself to make it by 5, but we'll see what we can do.
Okay. So we have the motion, a second. Mr. Hancock?
They may not be available that day,
Okay.
since it's the third Tuesday.
The 28th?
It's the 5th.
Maybe that would do.
Then it'll be just fine.
20th, the July 28th,
July 28th.
It's the
that
fourth.
one's better.
Okay.
That's the fourth Tuesday.
All right, so we have a motion and a second. All those in favor of a special meeting on July 28th at 5 o'clock here at City Council Chambers in order to discuss zoning and rezoning, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? All right, then we'll make sure we put it on our calendar, and will you be sending out a reminder before then?
Yeah, will there be a 7 o'clock meeting then too?
Yes.
And do I need to get somebody to run?
We'll check and see.
It should be recorded as a normal council meeting would.
Okay.
So we're gonna have a special meeting plus a regular council meeting on the 5th Tuesday,
No, it's the 4th.
or
It's
4th?
the 4th Tuesday.
Okay. Yeah. He said 5th, it threw me off. I still out of my mind.
I was convinced when he said it, I knew it was the 4th.
There are no 5 Tuesdays in July this year.
Yeah.
Okay. But that's what's on my desk. Mayor McCann.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'll defer my time to our Police Chief Herbert. He's here to discuss e-bikes and maybe a few other things.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago, we decided we're gonna crack down on e-bikes and the illegal use of the e-bikes in the city. As soon as we put out a notice, we saw a significant decrease in the number of e-bikes riding around town. Over the 2-week period, we stopped 19 people on e-bikes. None of them are repeat offenders, and there's been no citations issues, all been an educational campaign. So far, we've seen a lot less as a direct result of the enforcement campaign.
Yeah, ever since you put that out in Facebook and everything, it really settled it down, I think.
Good work. Mrs. Crutch.
Does that also include the electric scooters?
So no, that's a totally separate vehicle. The biggest issue we've seen is they're not even e-bikes, they're actual electric motorcycles. And you have to have a license and a license plate on them. So that's what we've seen a major decrease in. Without kids riding those, the actual e-bikes themselves, a lot of those are adults and they're actually riding like they're supposed to.
Awesome. Thank you.
Oh, Mr. Hancock?
I was just asking if there was any incidences with with the e-bikes and other traffic,
Not
like
recent,
accidents.
Yeah, nothing recent. I recall the most recent incident we had with an electric vehicle was an actual electric scooter with a vehicle. So no significant injuries.
Thank you.
Mr. Mast?
Chief, will you continue this for the summer yet?
Over the summer, definitely, we have the SROs that are working in the parks. So as kids come to the parks, if they see somebody riding one, they're not supposed to, educating them and letting them ride home, and that should be put up from there. So those SROs will still continue to do that. Plus, guys on the road are still going to be enforcing the same things they've been doing for the past 2 weeks.
And if you start seeing repeat offenders, there'll probably be some citations.
Yes, sir.
Do we have any other questions for Chief Herbert? Mr. Posey?
Yes, sorry. How about lights on those e-bikes?
Yeah, so lights are supposed to be the same with bicycles also. Okay, but white light in the front.
Okay, I just wondered.
Absolutely.
Oh, what about golf carts?
Golf carts are going to be licensed through the city and through the DMV. So
I've never
we
seen
expect
them. license, I just see them driving all the time.
So downtown area, that I haven't seen any that aren't licensed.
I'm on Marysville Avenue, I see them all the time.
There's also a difference between a UTV and a slow moving vehicle. UTVs are
Yes,
is a
I know
dump
that.
trailer or a dump bed, those are legal without license. We don't have to
These
have a
aren't
license.
UTVs.
Okay, okay, so there's
They're
what I
golf
do.
carts.
Okay,
And they go any which way they want to. They don't go on the side of the road they're supposed to either.
okay. And they're supposed to be licensed driver also, so,
Yeah, well,
okay, gotcha.
Thank you, Chief.
Yeah.
Chief, one more thing.
Yes, sir.
I had a voicemail that I, just now from a citizen that recognizes that right directly we'll have the detours for the roundabout projects on Ralston, and was inquiring as to whether or not we'd be stepping up enforcement on, and patrol on West High Street.
West Side, Jefferson, everywhere we have construction, we're gonna try our best to hit those areas. But especially the first couple of days of each construction project, we'll definitely have extra officers in the area.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chief.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And is that all, Mr. Mayor?
That's all for me, sir. Thank you.
Mr. Mack?
Yes, Mr. President. So we have several weekends of events coming up, obviously. This coming weekend, we have Riverfest, the historic gathering at Pontiac Park, or gathering at the Confluence, and also Art in the Park coming up. The following week, we have fireworks on Friday. We also have the Sons of the American Revolution on that Friday, July 3rd, putting on a special presentation right across the street from the Fort Grounds at 102 Washington. So everybody be safe and pay attention to road closed signs, all of those things that, once we get into event season, people need to be aware of. So we will be closing different streets down at different times for things, and just ask people to be safe out there, but enjoy all the events we have going on over the next 2 weeks. Secondly, so with all of that coming, crews are out working on some weeding in the downtown this week. We know that the weeds that, just like you have in your home, the weeds have started to grow. We have crews out working on those, but I would ask, we will do our best to spray, to weed eat, to get some of those taken out. But building owners, business owners, if we miss a spot, please, citizens in general, feel free to pull those weeds and help us out. We want to make the downtown, we want to make the whole city beautiful for these upcoming events. So don't hesitate to chip in, I guess, would be my words on that one. And that's all at this time, Mr. President.
Thank you. Mr. O'Donnell?
Thank you, Mr. President. As the city administrator just alluded, we are embarking upon fireworks season, and that includes your personal fireworks season. And just a reminder that the dates and hours are restricted to the first Friday, Saturday, and Sunday immediately before and after the 4th of July. So that'll be this weekend, beginning with from 4 p.m. until 11 p.m. And then Council has adopted, you were forced to adopt all the regulations from the Ohio State Fire Marshal. And among those are that aerial devices require a separation distance from spectators or buildings of 150 feet, and then it's 50 feet for ground devices, like Roman candles and things like that. They all have to be 1.4G consumer grade. You can't use the 1.3G commercial grade anywhere in the city unless you're doing our fireworks down at Kingsbury. Be neighborly. Keep in mind people have pets and little dogs and toddlers and brand new roofs from the hail damage. So fire them off responsibly.
Very important now. And is that all?
That's it.
Ms. Sprague?
Just one item, one purchase order for the UBO. It's refund for deposits, $25,000 is the open purchase order. Once a year, Lori cuts checks for refunds for deposits on accounts, so that's what that's for.
That's it. And you did make sure that in the OneDrive, we all received copies of the bills and financial reports for the month of May?
Yep.
Right. In the absence of any objections or corrections, the payment of the bills and financial reports will stand approved unless there is otherwise. I read through every month. They look very good. Thank you. All right, we do have 4 items of legislation for consideration tonight. Ms. Elders, would you read the caption for the first?
First reading by caption only, an ordinance vacating the right-of-way and the lots between the Maumee and Augley Rivers in the city of Defiance, Ohio.
Mr. O'Donnell.
Thank you, Mr. President. Section 905.19A governs the right-of-way vacations for the city. And this one actually proposes vacation of two existing rights-of-way here. That's 0.126 acres where Thurston Street continues towards the railroad tracks, and then the 0.062 acre portion of Jackson Avenue. The surveyors figured out that actually was going through an existing building, so we wanted to clean that up as well. We often get asked the question, what happens to the property that is the vacated right-of-way? Will I get it, or will it be split 50-50 with my neighbor? The answer is actually, it goes back to the proprietor who designated the property to the city from the right-of-way. So we treat that, we would treat that as, whichever parcel that came from, that's where it goes. So we really make no guarantees to the applicant. But that would likely go to this parcel right here, Jackson Enterprises Limited. The ordinance does require 3 full readings, so your best option tonight is a motion to let consideration of the matter lay.
Do we have any questions for Mr. O'Donnell in these regards? Mr. Waxler?
Motion let lay.
We have a motion to let lay. Second? All those in favor of letting this issue lay until we reconvene next time, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? All right, we will pick this issue up next time.
First reading by caption only, an ordinance designating the Community Improvement Corporation of Defiance County as an economic development agent for the city.
Mr. O'Donnell.
Mr. President, Section 1724.10 authorizes the city to designate a community improvement corporation. We call ours the Defiance County Economic Development Office as the economic development agent for industrial and commercial and other types of development. And that's exactly what we use the CIC for. And it also enables the CIC to take certain actions on our behalf and represent us to potential developers. I will note there is likely an old ordinance that already does this. However, when I looked back to 2006, I couldn't find one. So 20-some years, it's probably right to be renewed. So we're asking for that agency designation tonight. I would note that counsel for the CIC, Mr. Warnicki, is here as well if there's any detailed questions.
Does council have any questions for Mr. O'Donnell or Mr. Warnicki?
No further questions, most amendment call.
You looked like you were just about to ask a question, Mr. Hancock.
Yes, I was. I guess the role of the CIC currently, is it something different than what we have here?
It is not. The statute has 2 purposes for a CIC. One is like the economic development, the manufacturing, industrial that we kind of think of the CIC. The statutes give them another role, which is the cleanup of blight, if you will, kind of like what we would use our Defiance County Land Reutilization Corporation, our land bank, for. But we primarily rely on the CIC for the former practices, the industrial, commercial, promotion of development and jobs and commerce. Although this ordinance and a lot of our documents are written broadly enough to encompass both in case we need to. So I know that's kind of like a non-answer, but it's a yes answer.
Well, there have been and there will be, there's nothing in the pipeline that I'm sure sometime in the future, the CIC will be the intermediary in a real estate transaction, acting on our behalf, when it's not appropriate to use the land bank.
Mr. Mast?
I guess the question is, this doesn't change any facet of the relationship between the city and CIC currently. Would that be correct to say?
No, it doesn't change anything. It doesn't, expand the scope or contract the scope. It's always been a pretty expansive relationship.
Okay. So, Mr. Waxler, you had a motion to suspend and call? Second, Mrs. Crutch.
Ms. Kaufman?
Yes.
Mr. Wexler?
Yes.
Mrs. Crutch?
Yes.
Mr. Corbett?
Yes.
Mr. Mass?
Yes.
Mr. Engel?
Yes.
And Mr. Hancock?
Yes.
Motion adopted.
Motion to adopt, Mr. Engel.
Second.
Second, Ms. Kaufman.
Mrs. Crutch?
Yes.
Mr. Mass?
Yes.
Mr. Engel?
Yes.
Mr. Corbett?
Yes.
Mr. Hancock?
No.
Mr. Wexler?
Yes.
And Ms. Kaufman?
Yes.
With that, this ordinance is adopted.
First reading by caption only, an ordinance awarding a contract for pavement marking throughout the city and declaring an emergency.
Mr. Mack?
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. I told Lisa earlier, my whole explanation of this is this picture of a map. So this is just the annual marking contract. The different colors denote whether we're doing center line or all lines throughout the city. We do it every year. The only change from what is on the colored map is this section of Carnes that we have not listed. Will actually get some pavement marking this year in hopes of reducing some speeding issues that we've seen through there. So other than that, that is the map of the intention. So like I said, it's a normal street marking contract. We do it every year.
And
The question, Mr. Hancock.
our crew's also paying as well, is that correct? We just don't do it in this volume?
Nowhere near this volume.
But we're still able to do some.
Very little bits, yes. But we hired the professionals to get this done. Very specific, angles and tasks and things like that need accomplished. So.
Mr. Engel?
No other questions on motion to call?
If we have no other questions, we have a motion to suspend and call. Second, Mr. Mast.
Mr. Corbett?
Yes.
Mr. Hancock?
Yes.
Mr. Engel?
Yes.
Ms. Kaufman?
Yes.
Mr. Mass?
Yes.
Mr. Wexler?
Yes.
Mrs. Crutch?
Yes. Motion to adopt.
Motion to adopt, Mrs. Crutch.
Second.
Second, Mr. Hancock.
Mr. Hancock?
Yes.
Mr. Engel?
Yes.
Mr. Mass?
Yes.
Mrs. Kaufman?
Yes.
Mr. Corbett?
Yes.
And Mr. Wexler?
Yes.
This ordinance is now adopted.
First reading by caption only, an ordinance authorizing the city administrator to apply for a Nature Works grant from the Ohio Department of Natural Resources and declaring an emergency.
Mr. Mack.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. So we've been working the last couple of years to get an update of Laddie's Grove Park. You'll see there's still the courts that are gonna get done yet this year. If you go out and look right now, we're getting brickwork done underneath some of the shelter houses, looks very sharp. It's been, like I said, a multi-year process working on that. Next year, the goal is to get the playground equipment finally redone. It's not cheap. We've talked about how expensive playground equipment is in the past. This specific grant from Nature Works would go towards that playground equipment, and we made it a priority to look for equipment that is inclusive in all the parks as we've redone this equipment. This would cover some of that inclusive playground equipment that could help differently abled young people to enjoy their time in the parks. So that's what the grant is for. We're asking for your permission to apply for it.
Mrs. Crutch.
Will that replace the orange and brown, and they'll still keep the red, white, and blue train set, or is it, do you know where it's going to be placed in
The goal is to replace the orange and brown.
The orange and
Yes.
brown.
Yes.
But the train will still stay there.
As of
Correct.
now, that's a new enough set, that was, I told them, I remember when the stuff got put in Laddie's Grove when I was a kid, and it was the coolest playground equipment, like, in Defiance at the time.
But that was a long time
It was a while ago, as you can see, yeah.
Well,
So,
and the slides.
but, yeah, but that stuff up front, the train stuff is
Okay.
much newer equipment, so we're really looking at the orange and brown equipment in the back.
Thank you.
Yep.
Mr. Mask?
Will we be seeking further grants yet for this project? Is there anything left out there?
As you know, Councilman Mast, we go after every grant possible for every project, so we will not stop looking for more grant funding.
Mr. Posey?
I got a question. That's a Veterans Park, am I correct?
Veterans Park at Laddie's Grove, yes, sir.
Why can't we go and ask the veterans group of, if there'll be an AMVET, if they could help out on buying equipment?
We ask everybody when the time comes. Right now, we're looking for some of the bigger hunks of money from state grants, but when the time comes to finish out, you know, how we're gonna pay for this project, I promise you, we will go talk to the veterans
I just thought, you
organizations.
know, that.
Yep.
Thank you. And what are citizens, council's
No
concerns?
further questions, motion to suspend call.
Motion to suspend?
Second.
Second. Mr. Corbett?
Mr. Mass,
Yes.
Mr. Hancock,
Yes.
Mrs. Crutch,
Yes.
Mr. Waxler,
Yes.
Ms. Kaufman,
Yes.
Mr. Corbett,
Yes.
and Mr. Engel.
Yes.
And
Motion to adopt.
motion to adopt, Mr. Corbett?
Second.
Second. Mr. Engel?
Mr. Engel,
Yes.
Mr. Waxler,
Yes.
Mr. Mass,
Yes.
Mrs. Crutch,
Yes.
Mr. Hancock,
Yes.
Ms. Kaufman,
Yes.
and Mr. Corbett.
Yes.
This final ordinance this evening is adopted. Before we adjourn for the evening, we do have a time for citizens' concerns, where if there's a citizen, you just come up to the mic and state your name. You have 5 minutes to ask questions or state any concerns. Please come on up.
My name's Roberta Poston, and I went into the city offices the other day, and I inquired about a neighbor pulling in a camper trailer and living on the property. According to the laws, it's illegal, and he moved in there late last fall, and we did not know he was planning on staying there. And the city says you have to prove he is sleeping there in order for them to tell him to move on. I was told directly from this person, he has no driver's license, yet he is driving in our city without a license. He is doing handyman work in our city without a license. We did have him mow our lawn before we found out the evils that he was into. And he broke some things on our property, and I do not want a war. I just want the city to abide by the rules that he's not supposed to be living in a camper on city property and to be removed. And what do I have to do to get the city to enforce that law that they have as an ordinance law?
Give me an address, ma'am.
Please,
Can I have an address, please?
1325 Ayersville Avenue. And he told me explicitly that I don't know my property lines. He doesn't own the property. The property belongs to Deborah Delaney. Her husband passed a few years ago. I bought the property next to it in 1993. I had 140 arborvitaes planted there, but 132 I had to pay Goliath to remove because of the drought that year. And there's still 6 of them, and he has got his camper parked back there by my arborvitaes, and he's constantly got junk and garbage up there. And I have seen him dump a porta potty over the hill in Preston's Run. And I have seen him driving illegally. And he says he takes showers over to the Y, which is fine. What he does with his personal life and so forth is fine. But after he broke, my husband passed in February this year. And after he broke my lawnmower, stole some things out of my husband and I's garage, and I found out he was still living over there, I've decided, no. I don't want somebody that is evil and destructive. Somehow he broke the flower urn in the back, and I'm missing lawnmowers, push mowers, things like that, but I'm not able to prove he took this stuff. But I just don't want him living over there because he's not living and paying taxes like a normal human being would. He is 47 years old. He told me himself that he doesn't have a license because of the incident in Colorado.
Okay, so you're saying, Mr. Mack, message received?
Yes, sir. We'll take a look and do it right away.
Do I have to do anything else to get it enforced?
I will take a look into it as soon as I get it in the morning tomorrow.
I appreciate it, and I appreciate your time and caring.
Thank you for being our guest.
I don't like a war, I just don't like the BS. And I live on Earsville Avenue, and I would like a slow sign put on that road, because everybody thinks since they gotta slow down because they're working on it, it's Indianapolis Speedway after they get done working on it. So they need to put slow children playing somewhere along the roads in the city especially. I'm trying like heck to get my mailbox put on my side of the road, but I had to file the first of the month for a medical exception to get it put on my side of the road. And that apparently takes years, according to the local mail office, which is baloney.
Well, your time is up, but thank you for being our guest this
Thank you
evening.
for listening, all of you.
Is there anyone else that has a citizen's concern who would like to speak?
My name is Brandon Elliott, 2642 Stanford Drive. And obviously I'm not from here. I moved up here from North Atlanta in the fall. I was recruited by an outfit called Falcon Forage Labs, and we're based out of Toledo. And I came to see you guys because I've been to city council meetings from all the way from Erie County to here and in between.
Do you have a question or something
Yes, sir,
that we can help you with?
So most of your agenda items, any of your agenda items that have anything to do with money or cash or transfers or payments or whatever, bad actors are reading your minutes when you post them. And so what we found is that a lot of the city councils are redacting certain things they can. For instance, I know you probably know this, but your cyber posture and your cyber review is not something that you have to put in the public record ever with Ohio law, and your law director can confirm that, revised code 9.64. But I came to tell you guys who we are, and we actually do cyber compliance with the law.
I hate to interrupt you,
Yes.
but are you here trying to say sell a contract or sell a product?
No, sir, I wanted to actually meet with Mr. Mack at some point and everything. That's all that I want to do is I didn't.
That would be a conversation for Mr. Mack? He has
Yes,
an
sir.
office and a number.
Talk to you after the meeting.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Y'all have a good one.
Are there any other citizens' concerns this evening? Mrs. Roop?
Don't you start my timer yet, Mr. President. As you know, I'm gonna go right up to that 5 minutes.
I'm gonna start right now.
Yes, definitely. Thank you. I'm Rebecca Roop. I was here last time making remarks about data centers, and I would like to revisit that. Let me first just tell you why I'm here. I am not some weird activist with a lot of time on my hands. I am actually a stay-at-home mom to 3 very small children, and I'm kind of losing my mind this summer. But I'm trying to buy property on the north side of town, and my children attend Tenora schools. And I think it's best not to mince words here when people are talking about a data center. The rumors are about the land behind Menards. That little stretch of farmland that's not touched right now between town and Tenora. We all know what I'm talking about, hopefully. So whatever is happening there will directly affect both my finances and my children's well-being. I'm here on their behalf tonight. So I've been talking a lot about this with a friend I have in the data center industry. He places project leads, so he'll hire like the foreman who's going to install all the HVAC at a data center, and he makes insane money doing it, and so do all of his contractors, and he is always defending data centers. But I have my concerns, like the Cambridge study that showed a 16-degree land temperature increase around data centers that can go out as far as 6 miles from that data center's operations. Or the S&P Global report that showed 42% of businesses are dropping their AI contracts because they created no measurable growth in their income. So is this bubble gonna burst or what? Or the EHP study that shows how vast cardiovascular tissue is damaged by the kind of noise pollution that data centers create, and those are my kids' hearts, right? But my buddy at the data center always has an answer. He's always talking about how Oracle builds more responsibly than Amazon, and he likes doing business with them, or how communities should negotiate glycol-based cooling systems because they use vastly less water, or how they should use solar fields to offset their energy demands instead of diesel turbines. And he just has all these incredible insights, but from the perspective of someone I trust, and yet someone who cannot put food on his daughter's table unless people are willing to say yes to data centers. So I go looking at this house on Corwin because the third ward is awesome, right? But I get a little map out and I circle this farmland behind Menards and I get, as the crow flies, how far is it from this house I want on Corwin? And it's 1.55 miles. I send it to my friend. I said, be real with me. Would you buy this house if it was that close to a data center? And he sent me back a video message and he was very serious. He said, Becca, if you want a forever home, you don't buy anything within 5 miles of data center. He said, quote, if you can, try for 10. And I think that's very telling. It's what most people have been saying across the country. You developers want and need these data centers, they're such a non-issue, then put them in your own backyard, and they won't. They are banking on small towns like ours, needing the revenue and being willing to take the bait, so that we end up eating the cost of the pollution, the health ramifications, and the decimation of our property values. I know people in Kettering Hills right now who are terrified. These data centers don't care about us. And they're hoping they can move quickly enough to outrun regulations that would ensure they benefit communities like us instead of prey upon us. There's a city in Southern Ohio right now that's building the largest data center on planet Earth, and the residents are thrilled. And do you know why? Because they are repurposing an old uranium plant. They're taking land that's not fit for residential or for agricultural use, and they're using it for a data center because that is where those things belong. They do not belong in someone's backyard or next to my daughter's school. So I want to close by asking for transparency a little more directly than I did last time. Again, to my knowledge, there are quote unquote no formal site plans, but those are usually the last stage, not the first. Without clarity now, we may end up like Saline, Michigan, whose representatives, maybe even a CIC, got so far behind closed doors with Oracle that by the time the public knew anything, all that data center had to do was sue them for exclusionary zoning practices, and they were able to move forward with construction without city approval. So in the spirit of clarity, I submitted a formal public records request for some things, and Ms. Elders has tried to be very helpful, but she either doesn't have access to them or they don't exist. And I want to ask those questions of our representatives tonight in our tour. So what I'm asking for is not, do you have formal site plans? I am asking 3 things. Number 1, has land been rezoned or annexed to the city with the intention of making a data center viable? Number 2, has anyone in this room signed a non-disclosure agreement with a data center developer or its related entities? And number 3, are executive sessions being held that discuss upgrading our infrastructure in order to facilitate the demand that a data center would create? I know that everyone in Defiance would appreciate some candor if you can speak to that tonight.
The 1 and 2 are no. 3, I'm going to defer that one. I think in my client's interest, I'm going to defer that one.
Would you repeat 3?
3 is, are executive sessions being held that discuss upgrading our infrastructure in order to facilitate the demand for a data center?
We have discussed upgrading some of our infrastructure for industrial development, not specifically data centers.
Has anyone signed a non-disclosure agreement?
Mr. O'Donnell already answered that, no.
Thank you for being our guest this evening.
And people, Mr. President, are asking about the NDAs, and the reason we don't normally execute those is because you cannot contract for something that Ohio law, Ohio Revised Code requires you to disclose. You can't do away with that by contract. So they're not the most effective tool for any kind of economic development.
Mrs. Hogan?
Hi, I have a few documents I'm going to cite, so if you want to go ahead and pass those along, I'd appreciate that.
May I have your name?
Yes, I'm so sorry. My name is Kinza Hogan. So good evening. My name is Kinza. I'm a wife, a mother of 3, a Christian, and a local Defiance. Firstly, I want to thank each of you for the service that you provide the city. Prior to coming in, I looked up the city council page, and it's really impressive to consider just the time, the devotion, and the love for our community. Defiance is a wonderful place to live. I've lived here for almost 2 years, and I am better for it. I could go on and on about the city of Defiance. But one great thing that you do see is the drive in the business and economic development community to make Defiance a great place to live. I say all this to help you put yourself in my shoes. I'm a mom of young children. I'm learning to the best of my ability how local policy works, the timeline, the qualifiers, the processes that all of you are aware of, but it escapes me. I've lived here long enough to see first quality come in with a mixed response from the community, see local politics play out, and see which issues bring the citizens of Defiance together. There will always be a gap between the person standing on this side of the podium and all of you, but I do have a hope and faith that decisions will be made for the betterment of the community, not just to make Defiance, Ohio look great on paper. I'm going to say a word now that's going to create a gut reaction in each of you, good or bad. Data centers. As soon as I said it, you either felt defensive or you felt uncomfortable. Why is that? I'd claim that it's because there are a lot of unknowns and it is a growing field. As I mentioned, stay-at-home mom, lots of tiny snippets to read. From my latest understanding, according to a Crescent News article on June 19th, the city's planning commission voted to recommend changes to the zoning code. I know we alluded to that in your meeting. I have chapter 1169 of the zoning ordinance outlined in the first table. So we're going to be looking at districts M1 and M2, which are restricted and limited industrial districts. If you look at the zoning map on the following page, you see a circle. That is circled as M1. This parcel is for sale on Zillow. Put yourself in my shoes. I read about a spec building proposed by Fort Winchester Investments II, registered agent on file, Mr. Brian Keller, with the underlying belief that companies do not desire to take on the principal investment of creating a building, and they're going to look for property space. A field of dreams. Build it and they will come. I am humbly asking for transparency and consideration to the citizens of Defiance to put my fears, as well as the fears of many who might be too intimidated to approach you, that we're not taking on a similar sentiment. We are not zoning a parcel to try to attract developers. Can you comment on this? Were the zoning changes recommended, that are being recommended, requested by an entity?
As I recall, Mr. O'Donnell, those requests were made by the original property owners prior to any transaction.
It would have been prior to that transaction, that's correct.
Yep.
Okay, thank you. Can you comment on, has any economic development organization discussed a data center project with the city? I know you already kind of answered that. Has there been a discussion with any developer?
A developer? No, not a data center developer.
Okay, thank you. Ohio, as we know, is a hotspot for development. We have fresh water necessary to cool the data center towers, and most importantly, we have sales tax exemption. Consider the next page. 100% sales tax exemption for up to 40 years for big tech companies, all in the name of development. Is that in the best interest of our citizens? Another massive consideration to make regarding potential data centers. Air pollution. I have attached another article outlining research conducted at Harvard Medical School of Public Health. This researcher's contributions have yielded into the creation of Empower Analytics Group, which is dedicated to providing independent scientific analysis into the health damages. They conducted a study on the Loudoun County, Virginia data center, and they estimated between 53 and 99 million in health damages. Since 2014, Defiance County has been established as a governor's certified shortage area for rural health clinics. We are in a health professional shortage area. Our city is making tremendous leaps in making healthcare accessible, but we need to be slow in introducing a facility or a business that's going to tremendously affect our generations to come. Lastly, walking back to that June 19th Crescent News article, I'm quoting Mayor McCann, said City Council will probably want to have a study session to consider the legislation, which was also alluded to in this meeting. I'm going to go a step further. I adjure you, members of the City Council, please go further in your commitment to the citizens. please look into the CIC that's going to be speaking on your behalf now. You guys just voted on that. To speak with industrial development, please consider seeking a temporary moratorium in the same vein as Archbold, Maumee, Tiffin, Finley, Waterville, Monclova Township, Ridgefield Township, to further study the long-term effects, health and economic, of a data center. Please partner with the citizens of Defiance to show us that you do have our best interests at heart. Thank you.
Thank you for being our guest. Do we have any further citizens' concerns? All right, well, thank you. With that, do we have a motion to adjourn for this evening?
So moved.
So moved, Mr. Mast. Second, Mr. Waxler. All those in favor of adjourning for this evening, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? We are adjourned.